Shout out to the tribe. You know what I'm saying? I got a video download, mixing, upload is on 31%, so it's gonna take some time to upload. But I did had 2 nectarines and I had 3 bananas, and I'm starting my fast this rotation, right? You call it a day, I call it a rotation. What you call a weekend or a week, which is 7 days, I call it a cycle, because we're not in the days and we're not weeks. So watch the words of the spells you cast amongst yourself. We know how this language is. So on this episode, like, share, comment, subscribe, the Cash App. But really, if you got Venmo or you got PayPal, hit me up on Venmo, hit me up on PayPal, because I'm trying to deal with my gym membership that I no longer go to, and I've been wrote them letters, I emailed them, I even got on their website, and they still trying to fucking take money out my fucking bank account. So if you're trying to hit me up and contribute or donate, if you got Venmo or if you got PayPal, hit me up on that. But if you do got Cash App, let me know before you send it, so I can put it into my savings account before they try to take it about my checkings account, right? That's what these fucking bastard bitches been doing, all my donations and contributions. And it ain't like I'm not paying my gym bill, but y'all know how they try to make it to where you can't cancel this shit. I done called them, I done wrote them, I done emailed them, I done went on the fucking website, and they ignoring the fuck out my shit, because they know what they did with some evil ass shit, you know what I'm saying? Disrespect my privacy. Like, some of the workers and shit, they'll try to creep and look at me while I'm in the showers, or some of these nasty motherfuckers then look over the stall while I'm taking the shit. And that's a whole fucking lawsuit, you know what I'm saying? But anyway, they just been trying to fucking keep my account in the stall mode. So if you want to donate on Cash App, hit me up and let me know, like, hey, Vabo, I'm about to send you something on Cash App. Is everything good? Is everything, a green light type shit, right? So like, share, comment, subscribe, splash a little something on the Cash App. So on this episode, right, like I said, I'm starting my fast. I don't know how long I'm going to fast, but I'm not going to put no limitation on it. I'm just going to push it as far as I could go. The longest I ever fasted, I think, was like 2 weeks type shit. You know what I'm saying? So in my water right here, I have key limes, I have ginger, and I have rosemary, right? And that's what I'm going to do, because I don't suggest anybody to fast and just drink regular water. You got to put some type of herbs or key limes or something in your water, because you need some electrolytes, because just drinking regular water, it strips you, right? So on this episode, semen retention, celibacy, brahmachari, we're going to be speaking about emissions, wet dreams, and waking up with a lot of your sacred secreted fluid within your body, right? So the reason is multiple reasons, right, why this could be happening to you. First and foremost, if you are being celibate, brahmachari, or semen retention, which means you are activating the actions of la pareza, simple. I don't have to tell you what that means. La pareza, purity, right? So you are living a lifestyle and you're activating the practice of purity, which means you must eat pure substances and put it within your body, because if you do not, there's 3 different food groups, and I did this before, but I think I'm gonna come back with another video. There's Sajic, Rajic, and Tajic, if I'm pronouncing that right. I'm just giving y'all, you know what I'm saying, bring y'all to the motherfucking water, right? So these 3 different food groups, the light foods, the heavy foods, the dual foods, and the foods that leave you spiritually dead, right? Like the meats, the fruits, the legumes, and then you got which is like, it's not as heavy in making it dual, but it does dual some of the senses, right? Because when you eat fruit, veggies, and herbs, that enlighten the system, right? There's a 2-sided coin, like I always tell y'all, bro, and every time it'll land on its side. But you could be eating to live, or you could be living to eat, right? So if you eat fast food, junk food, processed food, that is the reason why you may be waking up, even when you pissing or taking a shit, even when you taking a shower, changing your underwear, whatever with your whoop, you notice that you have like a couple drips, couple loose emissions. You understand what I'm saying? And also you have to realize that food should be thy medicine. And if the food is not thy medicine, then it is carcinogenic and it's a cancer, right? And realize whatever you put inside your first brain, because you have 3 brains, right? This is the first brain, this is the second brain, this is the third brain. Some people will say this is the first brain, this is the second brain, this is the third brain. But to each his own. You understand what I'm saying? They all operate in a harmonizing, synchronizing as systematic system, right? So if you're eating bread, ice cream, dairy, bread, fast food, junk food, processed food, all of those different foods will alternate your state, right? And which is not healthy in the long run. And you are an organic being, right? You are an original being. You are made of real material. You was not made in no fucking lab, right? So if you put lab-made food inside of an original fucking body, what happens if you try to put fucking diesel in an airplane? That bitch might explode. It ain't gonna even take off. What happens if you try to put 97? What happens if you try to put regular gas in a Ferrari? It's going to fuck up the whole engine, right? So every time you put the wrong gas, you understand what I'm saying? Because these solids turn to liquids, and then these liquids turn to gases, right? So in order to push the serpent, which is a plasma mode gas type of energy, they call it the serpent. That's why you see the two snakes going up the pole, because it's the physical health and the spiritual health that has became synchronized as one. No different from the left brain and the right brain, the father brain and the mother brain has became the one brain. And that's how Goku, that's how you can unlock your ultra instincts, because we are living in a realm of reality where these telephones could read your fucking mind, right? So sometimes you need to think but not think. But if you understand what I'm saying, it's called flow state. So you gotta utilize and learn how to stay in flow state. If you don't want your brain signature, your theta waves, or any of that to be read through this fucking fallen angel technology, this black Skyrim mirror, right? So back to the topic at hand, right? So the more you indulge in soda, milk, cold drinks, anything that's not in this pure substance, you know what I'm saying? You want to only be drinking drinking water, H3O, which you're gonna get from straight real coconuts. Cause you know I be on the islands and shit. You need to get a bottle of H2O and to increase it and transmute it, transform it, alchemize it into H3O by putting products that has vitality, that's gonna keep you vigorous and vibrant, right? So you want to make sure that you're adding elements that has electromagnetism compositions, which is like key limes, rosemary. You know, that's why I'm incorporating and I'm pushing y'all. I'm not asking y'all, I'm fucking telling y'all. You know what I'm saying? I damn near got my foot on y'all neck. Start planting your own plants. I don't want to hear, oh, I don't have room, I don't have time. Then bitch, you got time to die. That's what you got. If you don't have time to live, you feel me? We eat to live, we don't live to eat, right? So every time, I know sometimes we forget about it, sometimes I do too, but you always got to shake back and stay stern on yourself, bro. Do not drink no regular just empty water, bro. You have to turn it into H3O, unless you got a fucking Kagan water machine or whatever, but that's still like on some other shit, bro. I don't want to utilize a electric machine to change the biology of my water. But I mean, to each his own. Sometimes it's beneficial, sometimes it's not. But the idea that I have in mind is, nigga, I want to get a fish pump and put the little bubble thing in my water and let it bubble up to add oxygen in the water. That's why whenever I get my water, I say some prosperous words. I shake it up, I keep it moving. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes I take the top off it because you're putting oxygen in it. You see these bubbles in there? That's oxygen, right? So if you're eating foods, you're eating food that don't have oxygen in it. McDonald's don't have oxygen in the food, bro. Smash burgers don't have oxygen in the food. Microwave food don't have oxygen in the food, and they also change the molecular structure, right? So that's one of the reasons why you may be having a lot of wet dreams and emissions, right? Now, when it comes to the wet dreams, right, you got to realize some of these foods that we can eat are aphrodisiacs. For example, oysters, sometimes dark chocolate, mushrooms itself. A lot of these different foods are aphrodisiacs. Even some herbs are aphrodisiacs, like smoking cannabis, eating cannabis. But you got to utilize, once you put certain of these substances within your body, you must work out, you must do handstands, you must at least let that blood circulate to the top of your head. You understand what I'm saying? So that you can pull that energy, you know what I'm saying, from below you and keep it constantly going up. But once you have been on this practice for such a long time, it's like you change the direction of your traffic, right? You know, you normally put things inside your body and it just go down. Sometimes it stay down, then it just come out the fucking poo shooter, right? But that's why Tai Chi, yoga, and exercising and doing handstands and letting that blood circulation go to the head. If you're not getting enough workouts, Tai Chi, yoga, and blood circulation, which can cause a stagnation inside of your spiritual energy, right? Because you have physical energy, mental energy, and spiritual energy, metaphysical energy, quantum physics energy as well, right? So if you're not allowing all of that traffic to go back upwards, it's staying down, and that's how you commit yourself into having a wet dream or having a lot of loose emissions. We at 77% for this next video, but because it's gonna be a banger, dog. Talking about some other shit, right? And that's why you may have wet dreams, bro, because you're eating a lot of foods that's sweet, a lot of foods, you know what I'm saying, that has like I said, aphrodisiac properties which stimulate the lower body. You understand what I'm saying? Some of these foods that we eat literally stimulate the brain. Like, okay, for example, if you drinking rosemary water, even if you ball it up and eat a couple bundles and shit, you know what I'm saying, be careful because it could prick you and shit. So you want to make sure it's soft. But if you roll up some rosemary balls, you know what I'm saying, or some herb balls and shit, like I also got thyme over here too. Like last night, what I did was I took like a big handful. Let me show y'all what else I got. Hold on. Show y'all what I did last night. It was so beautiful though. So last night what I did was I took like a big handful and I rolled it up into like a little ball, you know what I'm saying, of this dry thyme. And then I also took a shot of this ashwagandha, and then I also chewed on some ginger. And I felt it breaking all down in my body, and I felt it going back up, because if it would have stayed down, I would have got tired. But it went up, I went more energized, right? So I pulsated. So that's why circulation and working out and handstands and being upside down for at least a minute to 3 minutes every rotation is important, so that you could also channel and navigate that traffic the right way. Because if you're not doing squats and you're not doing a lot of leg workouts, that's how that energy stay down, right? That's why the squats and the calf lifts and the leg workouts are important, because first and foremost, the legs are the fucking foundation to the fucking house, to this vessel, to this vehicle, right? To the structure, right? You understand what I'm saying? So if you don't have a solid foundation, then being on semen retention, brahmacharya, celibacy, but you're still living in a mind state of quicksand, then don't be surprised when your ass keep falling. You understand what I'm saying? You keep going under. But you want to make sure you got a solid foundation, and you want to be sturdy, concrete type shit, right? So you want to always incorporate your practices. Even when you don't feel like doing it, that's really your body saying you need to do it. You feel me? You gotta beat your mind. Sometimes your mind be trying to beat you. But another thing, you have to be very conscious. I'm gonna be honest, bro. Sometimes I fuck up, but lately, you know, I've been tightening up because I've been learning the lessons that I've been going over and over again. You know what I'm saying? Like, the time that I had wet dreams, it wasn't because I was watching pixels, I was talking nasty to my girlfriend, or she was talking nasty to me, or I was trying to get in that mode or some shit like that. The times that I had wet dreams was because I probably went to Burger King, I got some fries, and the lady that fixed my fries was doing witchcraft and shit. And they got this type of little sprinkle shit, or this type of poison, right? They could chant words on your food, right? And that's how I had majority of my wet dreams. So first and foremost, you got to realize every time you eat, every time you cook, every time somebody cook for you, it's called spirit cooking. So you don't want to be indulging certain people foods or certain people energies within your food, right? So nowadays what I do, if I don't cook it, I don't eat it. If I can't cook it, I don't eat it, if you know what I mean, bitch. You know what I'm saying? Don't play in her garden and don't smell her flowers. If you can't cook it, don't eat it. Don't eat that box, nigga. It's full of bacteria anyway. I don't care how much she clean that bitch still filled with bacteria, bro. We're not supposed to be putting for women, you're not supposed to be putting no meat pistol in your mouth. And for men, you're not supposed to be putting no V-box in your mouth. That is the faculties that release. I don't get how niggas be eating the booty like groceries, bro. I don't get it. I don't know how niggas be eating booty and shit. I don't know how a woman became so infatuated with just eating a man meat pistol, but sometimes it's time to weaken him and get what she want out him. But I know how the game go. We know how the game go, but I just don't know how niggas could eat booty, bro. That's nasty, bro. You might as well eat out the garbage can, nigga. But anyway, you want to be very conscious. If you do let outside sources of people cook your food, you got to be aware of their energy, bro. There's a lot of freaky bitches that's working at these restaurants and shit, and they putting their freaky energy in your food, and you might eat that food. You trying to figure out why you feel freaky now. You know what I'm saying? Now, sometimes you could eat something and it would stimulate you, and it's not an aphrodisiac. That just mean that your meat pistol, your man, is receiving a lot of nutrients and shit like that. You know, now I don't suggest that you edge, but what I suggest that you do is do some squats or some calf lifts or some push-ups to push that energy back up. You know what I'm saying? That's how you could save yourself from having a wet dream at nighttime. Do some squats, do some workouts before you go to sleep so that you could push the energy upwards instead of letting the energy rest downwards. You understand what I'm saying? So we got the video finished. I'm about to upload the other video, and I'm about to upload this video as of right now, right? So I think I pretty much covered a lot of the different topics of why you may be having loose emissions, or you may be having wet dreams and shit like that, right? It's a couple more points I want to cover. Yes, eye contact is important because the eyes are the windows to the soul. And also, you will be receiving a lot of information. So that's why it's important to always look people in the eyes. And that's why it's always important not to look certain people in the eyes, but also be assertive and alertive of your fucking surroundings. Because somebody could be trying to fucking off your ass, and their body language might not fucking say nothing, but their eyes will say it all. But the energy will say it is as well too. You understand what I'm saying? And then they got some women that know they can't get to you physically. They can't bend over, do any type of promiscuous shit. So they gonna try to look in your eyes and send nasty messages. So then when you close your eyes, she built the bridge through your soul gates. You understand what I'm saying? And then when you go into the dream realm and shit like that, you got witches and warlocks. You really got witches and shit waiting for your ass to try to steal your fucking energy, right? You understand what I'm saying? So that's why you gotta keep shit smooth, keep it short, keep it simple. Kiss. Keep it simple, stupid. You understand what I'm saying? So you want to be very calculated and not indecisive, but very decisive with your choices on what you're going to do and how you move and what you do. You know what I'm saying? Everybody is not worth looking in the eyes. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you got to throw some shades on to keep these nosy ass bitches out your eyes, because a motherfucker could project anything, bro. They got motherfuckers that could project shit through a whisper. They got motherfuckers that could project shit through energy. They got motherfuckers that could project shit through the food that you ate when they put their hands on it. You know what I'm saying? And they got some motherfuckers that could project shit just with their eyes alone. You know what I'm saying? We all watch Naruto, Genjutsu, all of this shit, Itachi and shit, bro. This shit real as fuck, bro. It's just the cartoons and the anime and these movies was just trying to warn your ass in a simple way, because you ain't gonna find this shit on no fucking Dr. Phil and shit like that. But yeah, like, share, comment, subscribe. If you want to throw something on the Cash App, first of all, hit the Venmo account up or hit the PayPal up, and then hit the Cash App up. But if you're going to throw something on Cash App, just check in and let me know, like, everything a green light, and I'm going to be waiting for you, and then boom, you can send it like that. Because like I said, my gym trying to fucking come off a nigga and shit, but I gotta call them up, dog. Matter of fact, I think I'm going to go to the nearest location. But where I'm at right now, I'm in a small city where they don't have much. You understand what I'm saying? So I got to go to the next city and shit like that. But I got to save some funds. But every time I get some funds, these bitches trying to take my funds and shit. And it ain't like I don't pay my bills and shit. But it's like, hey, bro, I don't go to that gym no more, bro. I've been trying to cancel that hoe, but that bitch, you know how they be trying to do some rotten shit. But this ain't got nothing to do with the video and shit, you know what I'm saying? I was just letting y'all know if y'all trying to look out, contribute, donate, or any honors off the content that I drop, you feel me? So, yeah, man, you know, just be very conscious of what you eat. Like, you know, these sugar, bro, sugar, if it's natural sugar, that's good, bro. But if you, all that coffee and shit, you know what I'm saying? Eating all the cereals, snack bars, protein bars, fucking Debbie cakes and shit. That's why you having fucking emissions, bro, because you're putting foreign entities inside of an organic body, and your body is trying to purify itself and eradicate itself from all of these free radicals, but you keep on putting this fucking bullshit inside your body, bro. So that's why you may have leakages, you might have emissions and shit, why you may also be having wet dreams and shit. It ain't because, and you know these cell phones are sneaky and evil, bro. They'll pop up a little nasty picture and you're not even looking it up. That's just what these cell phones do, bro. It could be through the advertisement, the commercials. You know, we watch a lot of YouTube and download a lot of music and shit. I do. But I ain't want to be too long. I ain't want to be no chatty patty, man. I think I gave y'all at least an hour worth of fucking video footage, and I think I done overwent my time spent on my phone for the day. So just dropping videos and making slides and shit like that. So like I said, I ain't want to hold y'all. I want to thank y'all for making it this far in the video, man. Like, share, comment, subscribe. Any donations to Cash App, $781-THEVBYZ. I'm about to upload the Venmo account, and I'm about to upload my PayPal account as well. So y'all give me a little time to get that situated. If y'all want to look out on the donations, man, respect, and more prosperity and happiness is coming your way. Shout out to the gladiators and the gladiatress. Y'all know what type of time it is, man. I got to get back to my physical reality.